Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Professor Jennifer Hill and I run Divide and Conquer Math, which is a website and YouTube channel dedicated to helping you learn math on your terms. And this video is the third in my series on one of the most essential skills you need for school, time management. And this video is for really more like advanced time management techniques. Now, if you've not watched any videos in this series and you want to just check this out, just FYI, I do recommend that you have a planner with a week-by-week view. You could buy any planner that you want. I just bought like the cheapest one I could find on Amazon, so I'll drop a link to it in the description below. You could also use a digital planner. I just personally prefer a paper one. Okay, so let's get into this level.
So this video is all about level 3, which is like a 2-week plus view. So we're really going to master our time management. So just as a quick reminder, so level 1 of this series was how to get started with time management. So if you really don't feel like you do anything to manage your time, you might want to actually go back and start here. In level 2, I just talked about like general goal setting for each week, which will help you get a much greater control over your time and stop procrastinating. And so in this level, we're going to talk about how do you handle the most stressful weeks and what are some ways you can kind of plan out your time. So without further ado, let's get into this. So just as a reminder, in levels 1 through 2, I have gone through a 6-step process. So now we are on step 7 of my time management process. And so step 7 of time management is when you have a very busy week, you want to plan to spread that work and stress over 2 weeks. So in other words, you want to start some things early and you want to make a plan for that. So here is like the quintessential example. Let's pretend I have the dreaded midterms coming up, and just as a reminder, let's pretend I'm a student and these are all the classes I'm taking this semester. So during midterms, here's what my week looks like. I have a lot of tests coming up in the beginning of the week, and then I also have a 15-page paper due. So I have this really intense week coming up in midterms, and then I also have homework due in all these classes the week before. So it feels like, how will you find the time to study? And I think a lot of students feel a lot like this, like, what do I do? So you've got to have very good time management skills to manage really crazy times like this. So let's think about just what is a good goal to have when you know you have this intense week coming up. You want to have plenty of time free to study. That's really it. So you need to focus on getting that homework done. Normally you would spread your homework out throughout the week, but right now you need to free up time. So your main goal is to get that homework done. And then when you get that done, then you must commit to studying early. And you're going to have to start studying earlier than you might usually because you have so many exams. So you've got to be very disciplined with this. So you want to consider the time it will take for all of these tasks that you have coming up and how you can best complete them. So you also want to consider what you can give up for a week or two to free up some more time for school. So this is a very personal decision. This might be saying no to friends or asking your family to help you pick up some other responsibilities or trying to take time off of work. You're going to have to probably find some way to kind of give up some things just for like a week or two. So going back to this, so if I just think about what I need to do for each of these classes, so calculus and physics, which are my most intense classes, I'm going to want to have like 3 hours a day of practice for probably at least like 2 to 4 days, depending on how much I'm struggling with the material. Now English, I could start that early. It is a long paper, but it is due at the end of the week, so I could at least try to get some of it done and then, finish the other half after I get through all my tests. And then Spanish and history, so let's say that these are like tests where I'm either going to have like a lot of vocabulary or facts. I can really just make note cards and drill myself on those note cards and then make outlines. So this is something I can kind of just pick up, whenever. I don't have to get too intense. This is probably going to require the most amount of intensity and quiet. So you want to think about how your approach will be and like how intense you need to be about it. So 1 week before the crazy midterm week, your goal is going to be to finish all of the homework. Realistically, for my example, I thought I could finish all the homework by Thursday and then start studying. And you're still going to be balancing work with this. So this will require some sacrifices. So let's take a look at a sample schedule and then you can think of how this applies to you. So on Monday, I've made way more aggressive goals on completing my homework. Now, I work on this day, so I made a very conscious choice to work on only physics this day and not calculus because I can realistically only work on one of those classes intensely when I also have to work a full day. So I have plans to also finish a history quiz early and then to do all of my Spanish homework. So this is way more, and this is like much earlier than I usually would. Now, note that I wrote down a goal to wake up early this day. So if I'm trying to get ahead, I will need to sacrifice some of my time and my wake up time so that I can get more done. So I write that goal there. Okay, so on Tuesday I don't work, so I've been more aggressive with how much homework I plan to do. This is going to be a full day of homework, and it's unlikely I will have time to see friends or do any of my hobbies this day. But again, I am hyper focused right now on just trying to free up that extra time. And then also note that I made a goal to go through some of my note cards to help me study for either history or Spanish. So going through note cards 3 times isn't a lot, but it's like something to kind of get me started. And then if I at least just get started, it'll probably make it easier as I go along. Wednesday is similar to Monday since I work again, so I make another goal to wake up early. Thursday I don't work, so I have a plan to finish all of my homework, and I call that out. So if I ended up not meeting my goals of finishing some of the other assignments I'd planned to early in the week, then I'm going to finish them on Thursday. And then I'm also going to use Thursday to get started on my studying and getting organized. So getting my notes together, writing other note cards, going through note cards. And I'm also going to try to do a little bit of work on the paper that's due next week. Again, just trying to make that workload a little bit easier. And maybe after like being so intense with my homework, like switching gears and working on the paper might be a little bit better on my energy. Now, Friday, I have to work a full day, so I won't have time to dedicate towards school. And then also, I've been working really hard this week, so I know that after work, I'm going to want to take a break. So I'm going to try to do some calculus before work and make some progress on that, but otherwise I'm going to try to take a break and see some friends after work. On Saturday, I'm going to try to wake up early, and I'm hoping to spend a little more time studying for Spanish and also physics. Now, usually I take Saturday off to relax, but because I know midterms are going to be so hectic, I'm willing to make a sacrifice, knowing next weekend I'm just totally going to relax. And then Sunday, normally I work on Sunday, but I took this day off. So you'll notice I have this very full day of studying, and I'm also going to wake up early. So I'm hoping to make a major dent in studying. And I should be just about done studying for Spanish because I've been kind of working on it throughout the week. So the result is that by planning and making some sacrifices the week before midterms, I have been able to free up more time to study. Now, midterms will still be a ton of work, but hopefully I have given myself enough time to realistically prepare. And so then after midterms, after you've tried all this out, you want to reflect on your planning and would you make any changes like in the next round of planning. And so if you would, you could always consider like writing little notes to yourself in the future of like just things to keep in mind. And you know, the thing is, planning your time, it's really an ongoing project and art, so you get better at it the more you try to plan your time and the more you kind of commit to it. So that's it, guys. That's my entire system. Woo! So if you've made it to this video and you have been trying to plan things out, I would love to hear about it. But also, I do want to note, just if you find that you continue to struggle with time management, I do have one more video, level 4, and it's kind of just advice and things to think about for when you're really struggling to find the time. So if you found this video or this video series helpful, consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, leaving me a comment with any feedback, or share this with a friend if you know a friend who's been really struggling with kind of managing their time. And otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. I hope to see you in the advice and troubleshooting video, and I hope to hear from you all.